right? We find that the trapezius inserts into the nuntial line, which is just lateral to the EOP, right? So all of you that had a good mother that kept you on your back that don't have an EOP, you're gonna have fun trying to find the line, all right? All right, so here's the EOP, and right here I could feel a little ridge, and that's where the trapezius, the upper trapezius inserts into. And another thing, and I don't know if I mentioned to the last time, baldness is in now, right? Everybody shaves their heads and whatever. And if you look at some of these people that are bald, they have this blip of tissue, all right? That's a tight trapezius, which is making all that superficial tissue bunch up, all right? So you got to work on that trapezius on that person, all right? So anyhow, so here's your trapezius, all right? Now, you should be able to see, just like this gently, you should be able to feel the upper trapezius muscle, the flap of it, which is the posterior border of what triangle?
Large.
The cervical, the posterior cervical triangle.
Yeah.
What's the anterior border? You just had the test. Yes, thank you. What's the inferior border? Clavicle, right. Don't double guess yourself. You know it. All right? All right. Okay, so now, so this is the upper trapezius. The upper trapezius elevates, okay? And as I said, that we use that for assessing the accessory nerve, spinal nerve, which is also in that posterior cervical triangle. So how you do it is elevate those shoulders and you press down on it, and they're both strong. If one doesn't, lags behind, then you know there's something wrong with that accessory nerve. That's a cranial nerve. That's the 11th cranial nerve. Everybody know the mnemonic that I went to school over 45 years ago to the chiropractic college that used to be at what's that college there now? It's right by CW Post, next to CW Post. The other one. What's the other one?
Not St. Joseph's, right?
What?
Not St. Joseph's.
No. It's I can't remember the name of it. Anyhow,
LIU?
what?
LIU?
Not LIU. No, that's LIU is Post. CW Post. Yeah. They had subletted, the chiropractor school had subletted space at this other college. So all of our labs and everything were held in there. And I was one of 10 women out of 100 class that graduated chiropractic school. We're talking a long time ago. I got this white hair because of that. Anyhow. So of course they were all men. And they had to make a mnemonic that was disgusting. Ooh, 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 to touch and feel a girl's vagina. That's what it was. But I remembered it. I can't imagine why. And there's another, I know, excuse me, but, and since then, it was funny because they changed the auditory cranial nerve, which is the 8th nerve, I believe. 7th is facial, so it's the 8th nerve, to the vestibular nerve. So when I went over it didn't fit. I says, what am I doing wrong? And then I listened to it on YouTube. There's one, and it's a little nicer. I have it on my thing if you're interested, because it tells you all the cranial nerves with their. All right, what?
I'm trying to think of the one that we were taught last semester. I can't remember. Something about beers or something.
No, that's another one. Then. No, this one was another one.
Yeah.
I'll show it to you later. Anyhow, all right. So, that elevates, right? It also extends bilaterally, right? And to feel that muscle extend, bring your head back. No. Leave that there. Just extend. Put your arm down. Relax. I'll tell you what to do. Press up, press back. And you could feel right here the trapezius, of the upper trapezius. Okay, relax.
So what's it called? Extend?
Extension,
Back?
extension, back. And with extension, you use both trapeziuses.
So that's why it's bilateral.
Bilateral, exactly. When we say unilateral, that means it's one-sided. It's contracting one-sided. So if lateral flexion, this is contracting that side. This side is not contracting. All right?
So extends bilaterally.
Yeah. Okay. So here's her scapulars. Okay. All right. So let's just go over the scapular again. So right here is your inferior angle, and that should be T7 right there. Okay. And she's got lines, so that's so good. Use
You're gonna win that.
use their clothing to help you. Okay. All right. So. All right, but her arms are down. Now, if her arms were like this, it comes up more. Look at the
Yeah.
difference. All right, and then you're going to use that to use your bladder points? Put it there. Okay?
考试的时候记得穿这些。
Who?
Sorry, I asked her to wear this during the
All right, so
exam.
now, just like this.
In the
Now, bring them up, press up, like that. And then you should be able to feel the rhomboids in here and the upper middle trapezius in there, okay? And see how they're coming together? The scapulars, so that's your retraction or a deduction, midline, okay? All right, and then you have the rest of the lower part, and if you were to make like Superman with your hands,
Superman.
out front, right, and you just go in here, you'll feel the edge of the lower trapezius, okay? All right, so that's that. Thank you. All right, so the lower trapezius we know depresses, the middle adducts. All right. Now, while we're on the back here,
Depresses,
what? Huh?
the lower depresses. or
Yeah,
you go like-
depresses.
and you-
Depresses the scapula.
And you have to do Superman to feel it?
No, you don't feel it that way. Actually, press it. Make a fist. Press into my hand. Press down, and then you'll feel it.
Oh, it depresses
Yeah,
them. And
yeah.
why we do Superman?
Because it just brings the muscles up a little bit, so you could feel where the border is.
Oh, to feel the
Yeah,
muscle.
okay. All right. All right. So while we're on the back like this, let me. So that we did the trapezius, levator scapula. So feel for the. Here's her superior angle. All right. Here is this spine of the scapular, and it's terminating right here. All right. So that's your T3, right? If you were to go across right here, T3. All right. This here would be T2, right there. Okay. So then we go up one. That's T1, and that's C7
C7.
right there. Now, to find C7, I need you to rotate your head right and left. Your turn,
Rotate.
and the other way.
转
And it should move. The spinous process should move.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, okay. So then we have, since I'm on the back, I'm going to do all the muscles of the back. It's kind of disjointed because I prefer doing like then the front muscles, the anterior axial appendicular. But we'll finish up here. So we did the levator scapulars right here, and it's coming up into the posterior triangle here like this. All right. Then you have the latissimus dorsi. And the latissimus dorsi comes off of the, by the thoracolumbar aponeurosa. And it comes up, and it's a big muscle, comes up over here and goes underneath and into that lesser tubercle. All right? Or actually, it's the crest of the lesser tubercle that it goes into. All right? And all right, now to find that, we want to medially rotate. So let me just show you a trick that we do so that you can stay on there, stay prone for this. So medial rotation would be like this. So where are you going? Towards your hip. Okay, towards your hip for medial rotation, right? For lateral rotation, it's going like this, so you're going out. So it's going like this. All right, so when you're testing the muscle for lateral, press into my hand. Press into my, no, this
By
one.
the way,
Press in, okay? So that would be for lateral, and that would be your infraspinatus. Relax, and you could feel the contraction. Okay, and it goes in right about in here. Okay? Then you have, and also the teres minor. Do this again. So teres minor comes off midway of the axillary border, okay? Relax. and you should feel like a band right here. It's really, it's in between the infraspinatus and the teres major, okay? Teres major comes off of the inferior angle and the lower part of the axial border of the scapula. And that one is opposite. So that one's medially rotating because it's the same as the latissimus dorsi, right? So you bring your hand towards the hip, press into my hand. All right, relax. Yes, and you could feel it right in here. Okay, and it's going under, don't forget, it's going underneath the arm. Okay, to rotate it. So it's rotating this way. Okay, lateral is this way. So this is up, this is down. Up and down. Okay, all right? All right, so latissimus dorsi and teres major are sister muscles, okay? Although the teres major is not considered part of the posterior axial musculature, and it's also not part of the sits muscles, all right? So S stands for supraspinatus, I stands for infraspinatus, T stands for teres minor, and then S stands for subscapularis, okay? Now, so we did that, let me see. All right, so that's the whole posterior axial appendicular musculature. All right, now we have, what I'd like you to do, all right, so you found the latissimus dorsi, you found the rhomboids, you found the upper trapezius, and what did I want? Oh, let me just see what else I have to go from there, from the posterior side. Oh, let me just make sure I get all the, oh, well, some of them, like the supraspinatus, I'm gonna have her sit up and we're gonna do abduction, and the deltoids will do abduction, her sitting up. Let's see, what else are we going to do here? Is there anything else on the back I had to show you? All right, that's it. So let's turn you over right now, hon.